Hello there, welcome back to the Appmint tutorial series. So in this section 4, we are going to be talking about optimizing content and media for performance. So the reason why we are actually doing this, whether you are using your media files for your website or you are uploading on social media, or you are using it on maybe your email marketing or even some places. So it is highly recommended that you optimize your content and media for performance purposes. So the purpose is to enable you to ensure that you as a learner you understand how to optimize your media for fast loading times and improved SEO, that is search engine optimization. So there are some optimization techniques that you can actually do when it comes to using your using optimizing your content and media for performance purposes. So the first one that you are going to take a look at is the image compression. So when you have an image that that you want to use on your website, and then let's say this particular image now, just like I have on this particular page. So this particular image is presently 199 kilobytes, and if I should also open another part, so let's say this video is also 2.12 megabytes, so 2.12 megabytes. So then for the email marketing files, I have a PDF file which is 441 kilobytes. So mostly when you are building a website, what you'll be dealing a lot with is what is pictures rather. So in this case, this one is 49 kilobytes. So now when it comes to image compression, there are different ways that you can actually compress your image. So for instance, let me just search for image compression. So now when it comes to image compression is a process that reduces the file size of an image without significantly impacting its visual quality. So when we're talking about image compression, so what this actually does is that what it actually does that it enables you to reduce your file using lossless compression. So the meaning of lossless compression is that it reduces the file without significantly impact its visual quality, and this is achieved by removing redundant information or using specific. So we have lossless compression. So this method removes redundancy in the image data without altering the image quality. So it's like removing duplicate information from a file, resulting in a smaller file with the same visual content. Then loosely we have apart from the lossless compression, we also have lossless compression. This method removes some image data that is less critical for visual perception, such as information about subtle changes in color or texture, while it reduces the file size significantly. This also results in a slight loss of image quality, but you don't need to worry about all of those parts, as we are going to be showing you the fastest way to actually reduce your image size. So let's say I have this particular image, I'm going to be using, so let's say I have this particular image which is 199 kilobytes. So you can actually use different ways to reduce the file size so that it will be at minimal. So one of the ways that you can do is to use an online tool called pick adjust. So with pick adjust, you can simply upload your images. So in this case, I'm just going to scroll down, then I'm going to upload the images that I want. So in this case, it's going to be this LinkedIn profile. So when you check this, presently now it is the original file size is 194 kilobytes, while the new size is 78 kilobytes. So and the reason why why the file size reduces is because automatically Picker just reduces your files to make sure that the file size actually reduces. So if you also want to, and it does this by, for instance, it removes 10% from the quality and it is almost not noticeable. So if you also want to increase the quality, you can drag this slider here, and then you see that the file size is now 263 kilobytes. So when you reduce it, you notice that the file size is now 44 kilobytes, but it is actually best that you try to be in the middle ground in the terms of that you are not reducing the file size to the lowest minimum, and you are not also increasing it to the highest as well. So reducing it to the lowest, just like for instance, if I should reduce it to the lowest now, it's going to make the image to, while the file size significantly reduced, it's going to affect the quality. And if you should use the highest quality, the highest, it's going to also make the file size well. So you can simply make it to be at the middle ground, maybe 80 or 90 or something. So with 80, you have 58 kilobytes. So from 194 kilobytes, you now have 58 kilobytes. So then you can now download your sized image when you are done. So when you are done, then you can now save this. And when you save this, so you can go back to your to your DAM, then upload the new files. So I'm going to select files, then this is the new one. So by the time I upload this one, so I'm going to see this. If I should refresh now you see I have this new size. This is the old one, 199 kilobytes, and this is the new one, which is 59 kilobytes. So that with that we are able to reduce it significantly. So then there is also another way to reduce your image compression. So that one is that method is called WebP. So when you're talking about WebP is simply a type of modern image live format, that is a modern image file format. Just like when it comes to images, you have JPG, you have PNG, you have JPEG, you have GIF, which is somewhat used for animation, you have SVG and the likes. So WebP is a modern image file format that is developed by Google that offers both lossy and lossless compression, thus making it suitable for web images and animation. So, and the reason why it is designed is to provide smaller file size and faster loading times compared to older formats like JPEG and PNG, while maintaining high image quality. So in summary, if you have an image, it is usually in JPEG or JPG, but with WebP, let's say your JPG is in 199 kilobytes. By the time you change it to WebP, it's going to reduce to 72 kilobytes or somewhat lesser, while still maintaining the quality that is it. So you can see some of the key features and benefits of WebP is that smaller file size. WebP can compress images significantly, making them smaller than JPEGs and PNG, while maintaining similar visual quality. The WebP also supports both lossy compression, just like JPEG, and lossless compression, just like PNG. Then you also have animated WebP. That is, WebP supports animated images, offering an alternative to GIFs with potentially file sizes. So I'm going to be showing you how you can actually convert your image, whether it is JPEG or PNG, to WebP. So for instance, you can use these tools that we used earlier, which is the pick adjust. So you can also upload your images here. So let's say I'm looking for an image with size. So let's say I upload this image here. So so I want to use an image with a large file size. All right, so I have this image here, which is about 3 megabytes. So usually if I'm using PNG, it's going to, if I'm using JPG, the new file size is going to be 271 kilobytes. So if I should change it to PNG, then the file size is going to be 3 megabytes, as you can see. But there is this format, which is the WebP, that you can change to. So when you click on WebP, you see how it's going to significantly reduce. If I should go to, so if I should reduce this, then you can see this 197 kilobytes from 3 megabytes to 197 kilobytes. So that's an huge sum that you can actually use. So when you use WebP enables you to convert your large images to smaller file size. So that's the one of the benefits of converting your images from the traditional format, that is the JPG, PNG, to WebP. Then another thing that we are going to talk about when it comes to optimizing your content and media for performance is this SEO metadata for media. So in case you missed previous videos on the Appmint webpage editor, you can check back to see more information about using SEO metadata for media. But one of the things that you can do is to add an alt text to images for accessibility. So what are alt tests? So alt text, also known as alternative text, is a descriptive text that replaces an image for users who can't see it. So when you're browsing up some website, there are some people with visual disability, that is, they can't see it. So those people rely on something called screen readers, or there are some people with slow internet connections. So for people with visual disability, so they sometimes rely on screen readers. Screen readers is simply a technology that read what is on the screen for them. So if you are not using an alternative text, the screen reader may not be able to understand what your image is all about. Then also with slow internet connection, so let's say you have an image on your website and the internet connection is actually making it the image not to load on time. With the alt or alternative test, the test is going to show. Then when the internet has been able to show the image, then the images is going to replace the test. So using an alt test or alternative test is actually widely recommended when you are building your website, so as to make it easier for web accessibility and also for SEO. So then the other one that we're going to cover about is you should use, when it comes to SEO metadata format, that is, you should use descriptive files name to improve search ranking. So when you are uploading a website, your files to a website, so it is actually recommended that you actually that you should use descriptive files name. So for instance, let's say I'm writing an article that talks about image tips. So this image, I can just say image tips. So using a descriptive files name makes it easier for search engine to understand what the image is all about. So let's say if I do not use image tips, I just use a random, let's say I said I use image 1 or image 5 or image 2025. So that does not really it doesn't really make sense as well. So but when you use image tips or a camera on table or someone holding someone holding a camera, so it's going to show that this using that descriptive name is going to make it easier for search engine to actually take to pick up your ad. Then the final one that we are going to talk about when it comes to optimization techniques is using content delivery network, that is CDN, on your website. You might be wondering, what exactly is CDN? So CDN, known as Content Delivery Network, is a network of servers strategically placed around the world that deliver web content to users quickly and reliably. It works by caching copies of content on edge servers closer to users, reducing latency and improving overall performance. And some of the key aspects of it is that geographical distribution, that is, they are located in different geographical locations, thereby making it easier for users to access your content. Then there is also the aspect of it that is called caching, whereby it stores copies of your web content, so thereby minimizing the need for users to fetch content from the origin server. So CDN also has other benefits such as load balancing, performance, and etc. So when you are optimizing your website it is highly recommended that you enable CDN caching for faster asset loading. So that is where we're going to stop for this section on optimizing content and media for performance. So, and the learning activity for you is that you should optimizing an image. You should try to locate an image from the activity that you did in previous method. So try to pick an image from your DAM. So note the file size, the present file size on the image, then reduce the file size of the image and upload it again in your DAM, and try to compare the two file sizes to see how far it has been reduced. So this is where we're going to stop on this particular section on optimizing content and media for performance. So in the next section, which is going to be the final section for this particular module, we are going to be taking a look at how you can implement CMS and DAM in real world projects. I'm going to be seeing you in the next section. Bye.